Welcome back into Wave Listens Live. Joining me again is Cara Stigger, but now joining me is Marshall Kaufman. Welcome to the show, Marshall.
Thanks for having us, Garrett.
I'm excited about this next one because this is a way, we talked in the last segment about how this is still very much a family business. This is a family organization. You guys are lifelong Louisvillians that want to take care of this community, and one way that you have found a way to do so is by setting up some scholarship programs in the names of your loved one. So I'm going to start with you, Cara. I'd love for you to give me a little bit of the background on how this started and why did you just decide to start this scholarship program?
Well, as you said, Marshall and I both are from Louisville, and we have lots of family, and we have wanted to give back to the community since we started this firm back in 2001. And so we were tossing around ideas on what could we do, and we thought about education is very important to both of us, so we decided to set up some scholarships.
Yeah, and yours is focused and named in honor of your late father, and it's a veteran scholarship.
Yes.
Well, take me through how that came about. Why the connection there, and what is out there for the people that can apply for this?
Well, my father served in World War II, James A. Wells Sr., and after he returned from Europe after the war, he went back to his family farm and married my mother and had 5 children. And throughout my life, they both said education, 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 get your education. And growing up on a farm, it wasn't always the easiest thing for them to educate 5 children.
Yeah.
But they made it a priority, and I guess that's what we want to give back, is to help people that are struggling to maybe get that education that's so important to their family, and help them a little bit with the financial drain that it can put on a family.
Yeah, and again, it's the James A. Wells Senior Veterans Scholarship. It's been offered to U.S. active duty military personnel, veterans, reservists, spouses, children of someone who has served our country. So just an amazing opportunity for the people that are serving our country to be rewarded for that service above and beyond what they are rewarded with our gratitude. And you know, sometimes the money helps a lot and makes a massive difference, like you're saying. Marshall, I'd love to hear about yours. Alberta Kaufman Scholarship, honoring your late mother. Why did you take the approach with scholarship that you're here to dedicate to her?
Well, Garrett, my mother was born in Hazard, Kentucky. She was one of 7 children. Economically, they weren't in a position to put any of their children through college, so my mother moved to Louisville at 18 years of age and really didn't know anyone, and started in secretarial school. And during that period of time, she ultimately met my father, got married, and had myself and my 2 brothers. And to her, education was always so important. I mean, she was president of the PTA of our grade school. She always volunteered. She did things to always try and help other people, and she pushed my brothers and I to, pursue education. For us, it was never a question of if we were going to college; it was where we were going to college. And my father is an attorney, but he never practiced, and she always pushed me to go to law school. And but for her, that I probably might not have gone to law school. But she always wanted to help the underdog. And that's something that Cara and I both kind of want to help people that don't have the same advantages we've had and been able to provide for our children. And we want to help those people out there that need a little bit of help just to get over the hump, to try and help with their education. And so that's why we developed these scholarships, and it's been very important to our firm since we started this.
Yeah, that's amazing. And just how much is this helping? Like, what is the amount out there for the people that apply to earn the scholarship?
There's going to be 2 of the veteran scholarships for $1,000 each, and 2 of the Alberta Kaufman scholarships as well, at also $1,000 each. Okay,
and where's the best way to go? What's the best way for people to learn more about these and apply for them?
Well, if you would go to getthetiger.com on our website, you can go in there under the scholarship heading. There's an application process, and part of that application process will tell you what you have to do to be eligible. You have to be entering either a 2- or 4-year college program, have a 3-point GPA, and this is available to any Kentucky or Indiana resident. And part of the process, Garrett, is that we ask people to do an essay. And this kind of goes back to our parents. And part of that essay is to ask people to let us know about someone who was important in your life to help you get to where you are, to where you want to go to college.
Yeah.
And these stories that you read from these applicants, and it's not always young people, the 17 and 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's people in their 30s or 40s that have just either gotten out of the military or raised their children and didn't have the opportunity before to go to college that want to go back. And you read these things, it's very humbling, and we get a lot more out of this than what we give.
Yeah, going on that, these are not brand new scholarships. This is something that you guys have been championing for several years now. I'd love to hear a little bit more about how long this has been in place, and then what are the parts that you all enjoy the most? What are the things that have stood out and surprised you as you guys have started receiving these scholarship applications?
Well, I think we're about 5 years in. I'm not sure on the years, but it has been enlightening to me to read the essays that people write, and especially with the military families and the sacrifice that they've gone through. But it makes you step back and think of how genuine and how strong these young people are, and how determined they are to reach their goals, and it's just very touching.
Yeah.
And like Marshall said, I think we get more out of it than they do. But
Yeah. How difficult is it to select these winners every year?
It's really hard. I mean,
bet.
that's what I try and do from my perspective. Cara and I and our marketing director, Linda Brumley, we look at these together and we read every one of them. But I try and take my mother's perspective, and that's kind of why I look for the underdog, somebody that's overcome a lot of hardship and burdens in their life to even have the opportunity to, or the thoughts about going to college. So that's what I look at. And another great thing is when we make these choices, we'll arrange to call these young people or older people and let them know that they won, and just to hear their voices on the telephone and how appreciative people are of this, it's very rewarding to us.
Tell me more about the essay and what you would encourage somebody to think about when they start writing their essay or applying for this scholarship as a way to stand out.
Well, I think it needs to be from their heart. It needs to be something that's impacted them. The essay is to talk about someone who influences you. And of course, I always think about my mother and my father as the people who influenced me more than anybody. But think of a story that shaped their personality, shaped their goals, and helped them. And I would add, I know everyone's seen my mom on the commercials, and she turns 96 tomorrow. She won't appreciate me saying
happy
that.
birthday.
But she is involved in the scholarship as well. I wanted to add that. She reviews these essays, and she points out to me things that really move her as far as what shapes these young people and how the military or whatever their stories are has affected them.
Well, the deadline to apply if you or a loved one is interested for the James A. Wells Senior Veteran Scholarship is May 17th. The deadline for the Alberta C. Kaufman Scholarship is May 10th. Information for those can be found at getthettiger.com/scholarship or /veteran scholarship. So please apply as soon as possible. Cara and Marshall, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for offering this opportunity for so many people.
Thank you, Garrett. Thanks for having us.
We appreciate you all. We will be right back. We appreciate you for watching. Stick around for more Wave Listens Live right after the break.